Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got a video for you about CoD Dinosaurs. And no, unfortunately, there is no gameplay of Call of Duty Dinosaurs because that's not a thing yet. But this is gameplay of me playing with the XR2 and the Marshall 16, playing a little Dom here on Fringed. I end up playing very good, almost a 3KD, but not quite. The video here is 100% daydreaming. I've got no leaks, no big facts, no secret intel about CoD 2016 Dinosaurs. This is me doing a little bit of game design and doing some creation of what would be my fantasy survival mode, because every CoD game has that, and I want CoD Dinosaurs for reals, either as a mod, because I know Black Ops 3 is going to have mod tools soon, or maybe as the extra mode in CoD 2016 or Space Warfare or whatever it's going to be called. I would call it Call of Duty Jurassic Warfare or Call of Duty Prehistoric Warfare, something like that. And you're going to say, this is crazy, this is outlandish, this is not Call of Duty. Really? I mean, we already did like 4 games with zombies, and then exo zombies, which were a little different. We have regular survival mode, which is bananas. They have C4 dogs that blow themselves up. And Call of Duty Ghost had cryptids, which were kind of like ancient underground pre-dinosaur animals that we thought were aliens forever. So why not have dinosaurs? Just hear me out here. And I know, yes, dinosaurs are harder to program. Their movement's not as easy as zombies. You have to model rig them and stuff. But I think CoD Dinosaurs could be a fantastic survival mode. And this is why. Okay, I'm going to lay out with the enemies first, put a lot of work into them. The standard enemies are going to be Baryonyx dinosaurs, maybe slightly smaller ones because these tend to be about 7 foot tall. Baryonyx is basically the most generic dinosaur that I could possibly find, and you want to give them really simple AI. They run straight at you, kind of like zombies do in Call of Duty games. They're just hunting. They're not flanking. They're not doing anything brilliant. They just kind of come for you. These are your generic, bland, white bread vanilla enemies. But for the dog rounds, or the speed enemies, or for crawlers, or whatever it is that we have, I think, yeah, with dogs both in zombies, and we had dog rounds for survival, you want to use raptors. Good old-fashioned, scary Jurassic Park style velociraptors. But I think you want to make them super fast and super scary, because the dog rounds are supposed to be scary. You want these things to come at you like at the speed of lightning, to just be barreling in. Or maybe I would love to have some flanking AI to recreate some Jurassic Park scenes on these good old velociraptors. I don't want boring velociraptors. I don't want them easy to kill. I want them to come at you without any mercy. For some of the survival games, we have smaller type enemies, little robots. Dogs can kind of fall into that. Mostly the survival dogs and not like the zombies dogs. But you can use Compys, which are kind of like mini raptors, like 2, 3 foot tall maybe. They're like little bitty raptors. They can come at you in big herds, and you have to blow them up in herds. And they have a little pack AI, and they hunt you and follow you around. I think that could be really fun. If you want slower tank enemies, you can use the armored Ankylosaurus. You can have it be kind of a slow damage sponge, but maybe still one-hit kill if it gets close to you. Or maybe it'll plow in while Raptors or good old Baryonyx hides behind it. Something really tanky, hard to kill. Maybe like the Rhino in Extinction or something like that. Another different fun one could be the Pachyosaurus, which is the one with the really hard, head that rams people in the Jurassic Park movies, but it has to wind up. Like, you see this thing, it's got a ton of health, it's going to stamp the ground, it's going to scratch its hooves a little bit, and then it's plowing straight forward, and it's going to ram you into oblivion. One-hit kill if you get hit by it, but the idea is to dodge it and keep shooting it a couple of times. It goes through its ram cycle. Maybe you could trick the things into ramming into walls and busting them down and unlocking new areas, or grief your friends or something like that. I think that could be really fun. Every survival mode also has flying enemies, be they drones, kill streaks, flying zombies, or cryptids. And of course, for dinosaurs, there's no exception. Why not have pterodactyls that come in and swoop, and you have to shoot them down? You can shoot their wings and they fall to the ground and come at your ankles on the ground, and they can pick you up and carry you all over the map and drop you in random annoying places and split up your team. I think that could be fun. Even for water enemies, since, Call of Duty Ghost had swimming, and I think AW had some swimming levels. Black Ops 3 really made swimming a mechanic. That's probably just going to be a thing moving forward. So we should have a Leopleurodon, a plesiosaur, better known as Nessie or the Loch Ness Monster, and maybe even like a megalodon shark. Some big, scary, nasty water enemies are going to come at you, so that even the water isn't safe. You could do fun things, kind of like instead of traps for the dinosaurs, you could activate a brontosaurus that swings his tail or smacks his head around, or they could just literally be obstacles, forcing you to duck and dodge the tail in different levels, or different parts of the level or whatever. Finally, finally, moving down to the end, we can have boss enemies. How fun would it be to fight a Stegosaurus, a Tyrannosaurus Rex, or a Triceratops in Call of Duty as a boss enemy? And I chose these as bosses because they're much bigger than the standard dinosaurs. You pretty much have to be outside for this. They'd have to have some kind of attack pattern or way to beat them, or some special weapon or something. They wouldn't be going down easily. Now, after all of this crazy random nonsense, we're missing one of the most important things about my fantasy dinosaur Call of Duty. At some point, they have to turn into robot dinosaurs. Yes, robot dinosaurs, robo-dinosaurs, crazy ones that shoot lasers or fire rockets or have machine guns on their back. Or maybe you can, like, call them as in a kill streak and you can ride your robot dinosaur around and fight other regular dinosaurs and tell them to bite and chomp. And as you can tell, my fantasy survival game is getting very hard here. But I think it would be fantastically fun because these enemies would be very fun. They would be super fun to fight, and you can make them highly varied. There's like a million different types of dinosaur that attack in all sorts of different ways, and they're historically accurate, and we know things about them, but they're big, scary reptiles, and we as human beings fear reptiles intuitively, so they would be great enemies. But you do this with smooth, fluid Call of Duty controls. I know there's Ark, and there's some other weird, it's kind of like a Left 4 Dead game that rips this off, and it's like survival with dinosaurs, but they're clunky, they're not smooth. Like Call of Duty is at crisp 60 FPS. That's what makes COD Zombies so fun, is because it's a zombies game that plays brilliantly because it's built on the multiplayer part of the game, and you can do this with dinosaurs, and it would be super fun. For maps, you can have indoor and outdoor segments. It'll change the different types of enemies you have to face. Obviously, for indoors, it'll be the Baryonyx, the Compys, and that kind of thing. But for outdoors, you'll fight the bigger enemies, like the T-Rex, or you'll have to deal with the pterodactyls and stuff like that. You can have lots of weapons. Of course, the standard weapons should be plenty of fun to shoot dinosaurs with. I think it'd be fun to cripple the dinosaurs, like to blow the wings off of the pterodactyls and watch them fall, to kind of shoot the Leopleurodons in the water and watch them float upside down like dead fish, and kind of, you know, blow the claws off the raptor and watch it flop about. I played a lot of Turok as a kid, if you haven't noticed. But you can have hunting type weapons like net guns, spear guns, taser guns. You can have like the, I don't know, I guess we already have a 50 cal. I was going to say an elephant gun to just pop people like a big one-hit rifle, but rail guns, crazy stuff like that to kill the T-Rex. And I guess if you're going to have to level up, you're going to have wall guns and boxes and stuff. You would earn, instead of Zombucks, I guess it would be Dino Bucks or evolution points or whatever. The story, if we're going to do a story, it should just be the crazier the better. You can do, you and your team travel back in time to the prehistoric era to fight your way back to the future because the T-Rex stole your time machine. I don't know. Or kind of the Jurassic Park way. They're cloning dinosaurs and they're infected by nanites and they go crazy, woo! Or they're making cyber dinos and they try to reject the chips, and a T-Rex becomes sentient and starts controlling all of the other dinos with his advanced brain, and you have to take him down with your laser. I think it would be really fun. This is just something I've been thinking about half the day, how fun it would be to have COD Dinosaurs. And I know that it's way too late in the development cycle for this to actually be a thing for COD 2016, but we're getting mods for Black Ops 3, and I am seriously considering throwing out a good portion of my own money to hire a team to make COD Dinosaurs for me, like to make an official Call of Duty Dinosaurs mod. Guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this kind of video. I've had a rough day here, so I'm just kind of spitballing, trying to have fun and enjoy myself in the editing process with pictures of hilarious looking dinosaurs. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.